Hey everybody, Charlie902 here and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today is day 2 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952, as you can see there. And today is Origin Jumpworks. Origin being the luxury manufacturer in line with probably like modern day Mercedes, BMW, that sort of feel. As we can see up front, we have the colossal 890 Jump luxury space yacht cruise liner. We'll check it out. We'll go inside of there. We also have the 600i over here. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go ahead and get inside of this massive ship. Look at this. Look how big this thing is. So 890 Jump, definitely an earn in game for myself. Seeing as how the cost is just under $1,000, that means if you were to purchase it, you can't CC you up to it. You would not have lifetime insurance, and on something this massive and this juicy of a target, I feel lifetime insurance is kind of, I would say, mandatory at this point. Looks like the cargo bay is down back here. There is an elevator on the rear. I am running for reference to try to get back here. Look how massive this thing is. You can fit an Anvil Ballista on there. Probably can fit the Nova tank. All right, here is the actual elevator. Let's see if we can... There we go. Did that work? No? Tell you what, we'll go up the cargo lift since it's down here. All right, let's check it out. We'll do a quick tour, see if we can go up. Building Blocks UI is not working for this yet, but it will be. So cool thing about the cargo lift here, look, we have doors, these glass doors here, so you can keep a... Well, I'm dead. And there you go. Don't do that. I've just been destroyed. All right, I'll meet you back once I get back here. And we're back. All right, so we're not going to go in the 890 right now because it wants to kill me. But the 890 Jump, once again, awesome capital ship. It has a hangar on the front here that has an elevator that raises up and down. I believe 2 extra small landing pads on that. It's got a battle bridge underneath. It's got a pool. It's got a restaurant. It's got a huge cargo bay. It's got VIP rooms. It's just a really cool ship. I mean, I just love the look of it. And I love that the bridge is on top, too. All right, so here we go. This is the 600i, and this is a ship that I'm really excited about. There is a rework going on right now for the interior of the ship, so there's really no need to go in and check it out right now. We will just talk about the pros and cons of this ship. This was meant to be a Constellation competitor, and as you can see, it's grown quite a bit, so it's almost kind of like the in-between between the Carrack and Constellation Aquila. As far as exploration goes, it is getting a med bay. It's getting an interior rework, more in line with the the interior motif that's in the 890 here, and that's really going to give a lot of value to this ship. The Explorer variant will be able to hold a tank, which is incredible for a ship of this size, as well as have an armory, a med bay, and some cargo as well. And then there is the Touring variant, which will get rid of that cargo bay, cargo ramp, scanning suite, and med bay and armory. Actually, I think the med bay may stay between both variants, and it will replace it with luxury passenger rooms. So definitely a cool ship. The guns, there are 3 size 5, are actually pilot controlled, so you can actually solo this massive ship, which is actually kind of cool. And so the fact that they're going to add medical facilities to it, I think it's just the icing on the cake. We'll see if we can get a better view of it from a little bit further away here. There we go. Check out that thing. I love the aesthetics of that ship, as well as the 890 Jump. A lot of people are Origin haters. I am not. I really like their style. And I like the emphasis on speed and shielding. So they're meant really to run rather than fight. And I think for an Explorer, that's probably a better choice. We'll go look at the 400i here in just a minute, but we're going to check underground here. Not underground. On the bottom level, I guess is a better way to say it. So here's the 85X. This is the runabout that comes with the 890 Jump. It's a two-seater ship with a couple of guns. You can see a couple on the bottom there and a couple on the wings. It's fun to fly, but I don't think it's worth spending actual money on. This is kind of an earn-in game, or if you get an 890 jump, it will come with one of these. I don't think there's anything in... Well, there may be something in development here. We have the G12 and the X1. They're probably over here. So here we go. This is the Origin G... I believe it's G12, right? Yeah, G12. There's a few variants. This is the attack variant, as you can tell with the missiles here. Maybe anti-air. It's G12A. Focus is just combat in general. Pretty cool little rover. You get one of these with the 600i exploration. You get the base variant. And then here's the X1, which is their hover bike, which you set in kind of an upright position. All right, this being the front. As you can see, there's a weapon coming out here. I believe that's a weapon. Get out of my way, guy. Yeah, right there. So a little more protected than the Dragonfly. Odd shape to it, but it's supposed to have a symbiosis kind of with the 400i, as there is a bespoke X1 bay on the front of the 400i, and we'll see if we can see that when we pop back up here. This is a cool ship. So this is the F1, for lack of a better term, of the Star Citizen universe. This is the Origin M50. This is your sports car, your Lamborghini per se. You can see the engines have kind of clear covers on the top there. This is a racer. It's meant to go fast, and it's meant to maneuver quite well, and can be used as an interceptor, as it does have weapons on it. So you can actually maybe use this as like a bounty hunter. This is just kind of floating there. Hopefully that'll get fixed at some point. All right, let's go ahead and head upstairs. See if we can find us a 400i. 400i is a ship that I really like, but I don't see myself owning because it's a bit redundant to have that and the 600i as well. Where is it at? Is it in this hall? May not be in this hall. Maybe in the other hall. These are the 100 series, and I actually really like these ships. So this is the 125A, and I'll tell you the reason I like it is its size. It's tiny, and look, you just walk up the stairs. Like, you have storage here for 2 SCU, and you can quickly get from the pilot seat to the surface. Like, it's very quick, and you have a bed here as well. So you can log out, you can carry some cargo, you can do a little bit of fighting. Great little starter ship. And then you can see here it's got the adaptive intake refinery. So that's meant to recover its hydrogen fuel quite well in atmosphere when coasting. Got some weapons on this one. I believe there's a little bit more missiles on this one. And the 125A is the fastest. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So this is the 135C. This is the cargo variant. So instead of having missiles, or where the 125A would have missiles, there's actually a cargo hold back here. See if we can open it. There you go. So you get extra cargo back here. And then this is just the straight 100i, which is the base model. So it's kind of like a go-between between the cargo and the combat model. It's a little more multi-purpose. Once again, great little starter ships. I love their size. They can fit in a lot of vehicles because of that. Let's see if we can open this. Can we? There we go. And then, like I said, just real quick to get in and out of this ship. So for package delivery missions, the 100 series is actually my choice. The 125A is specifically because of its speed, getting in and out of the atmosphere. All right, let's go check out the side hall. We got Zenith Halls 2 and 3. We will try to get into the 890 at the end, but I'm afraid it's going to kill me again. And if it does, that'll be the last of our attempts. I did check it out last IAE. It's actually quite huge inside and quite nicely appointed. Let's look at the map here, make sure we're going to the right place. So yes, there is the 300s and the 400s. Okay. I wish they would have a variant of the 400. That's this guy here. Very unique ship with this schnoz on the front here, but I actually really like it, even though I just cannot justify owning one myself. Before we check that out, let's talk about the 300 series. This originally was the starter series for Origin, but they kind of grew above starter to advanced starter. So this is the 350R. This is the racing variant. One of the fastest ships in the verse. Also one of the most fragile ships in the verse. And that makes sense. So if you really want a smuggler ship, check it out. You got storage right here for cargo. And then we'll hop inside of one of these. Maybe not the 350R. This one just has a bed. But some of the others have like a bed and armor storage and weapon storage as well as a kitchen. But they're mostly the same inside. This one is the one that's different because it has a bed inside. A little bit lighter, much faster. Now, I don't think the value to cost is worth it for this one. Once again, earn in game. This is the 325A. This is the combat variant. It replaces a good chunk of the cargo with bespoke missile launchers. Let's see if it'll let us... Can we open them without dying? That's the question. There's a light here. Maybe not. But you can see here is a door. And inside of that is missiles, because there's a door back here as well. So what's inside of those areas is dependent upon the variant of the ship. This one being combat focused, it's going to have extra missiles in there. Also has a larger front weapon mount. I believe this is a size 4 mount right here that you can put on the front. Let's see if we can hop in and look at the interior. Hopefully we won't die. Don't kill me, ship. I'm just trying to show the good people the inside of you. Okay, here we go. So far, so good. Had to do a character reset after getting killed to that 890. So you see here, you got quite a good view. And then I love the skylight here. All right, and then let's turn on our flashlight. So we've got a modest little bunk here with an MFD that you can interact with at the bottom. You've got storage here, weapon rack, wine bottles. You got a little kitchen with more storage below. You can see someone's opened the refrigerator here. And then you got one of the best views. It's kind of hard to tell here, but look at this skylight that just goes all the way across. So when you're laying down, you can kind of see the stars, or you can park yourself in orbit above a planet and kind of like watch the planet while you're asleep. Pretty cool ship. I like the 300 series. I actually own one. Not the 325A and not the 350R. I actually own the 315P. Let's see if we can get out of here without dying. We'll go check that out. Alright, we're going to go past the 400i for now, just because I may die going into that as well. So 315P is this one here, this gray and yellow one. And it's part of an exploration pack that I bought, and I've never gotten rid of this ship because I see great use for it. So you can see the cargo bay is open down here. There's two sections to it. There's actually a section right up there as well that holds additional cargo. So this ship, believe it or not, at this size, holds 12 SCU of cargo. It also has larger fuel tanks, a scanner suite, and right here is a tractor beam. So for my taste and the way I want to play the game, which is primarily exploration, along with a little bit of military, this ship can be a great smuggler, a great small point-to-point high-value cargo hauler. It can be a decent single-seater exploration ship. Like, I just see a ton of uses for this thing. It can actually be a tender ship for a larger ship and help move cargo with this tractor beam as well. So I really like this ship. This is the one I have, and I'm going to keep that as my starter ship. And then over here is the 300i, which has 8 SCU of cargo, and then a very similar interior, but it does not have the tractor beam. Instead, it's got a size 3 weapon mount because it is not the combat variant. All right, moving on. So here we go. The coolest entryway to a ship thus far, in my opinion, is this 400i. I love how you've got just not a ladder, I was getting ready to say a ladder, a staircase that lowers down here underneath the ship. I really like that. And then if you go right here, you can see we can open the garage. What do you mean by garage? Well, this is an X1 bike garage. Bespoke for that bike. You can probably fit like a Ranger or some other small vehicles on here. Maybe even some box mission boxes. But look, it goes into its own bay that's like very well hidden up there. So cargo bay there. I want to avoid that. Let's go ahead and open up the stairway and let's just try to go through. Looks like we got a whole bunch of people here. Hopefully they don't say anything horrible. We'll just look real quick. So you got your entryway with suit lockers. Gravity generator there, and there's where the X1 would be. This will be your weapon racks. You have a docking collar.
He's a pack rat.
All right. A lot of people here. You've got your bays for your components right here. Let's go past these guys. Here's a cargo bay.
News broadcasters don't wear bandanas.
With escape pods.
I'm off the camera.
Let me see if I can turn these guys off real quick. Options, comms, VoIP audio. Let's just turn that off. Let's see if that works. Okay, think we may be good now. So, like I was saying, you have your components in these sections. As you can tell, they're like climate controlled. It's supposed to be cooler in here. These are supposed to close, which is supposed to give you better performance out of your components. Now, I don't know if that's actually just going to happen or if that's just marketing speak, which is probably the case. You also have a very fast elevator, which I'm appreciative of. And then you can tell the difference in the tones here. You have wood and everything on the habitation deck. So here's your shower toilet combo, fairly large. We've got crew quarters. Whoops, getting pushed around here. Crew quarters with storage. Captain's quarters, also with storage and a window. Have a hollow table here. Nice little banquette. Is that what that's called? Banquette, I believe. Booth. With kitchen, look at this marble, this kitchen. All right, then we go to the front. This is the bridge. I'm not going to sit down. Well, we got Iron Man here. And the bridge has a kind of a lackluster view for me. It's very MISC, except for it's much wider than MISC. But you don't have much up or down view. That's kind of the downside to this ship for me. But other than that, I really like the aesthetics and the setup. Here, let's try to get out of here. Let's go back to our elevator. Okay, and hopefully we don't die here. And let's get back out. All right, don't go too fast. So that's the 400i. It is a Corsair / Constellation competitor, but it's more focused on speed rather than it is on offense. So speed and maneuverability is the name of the game with this one. Also just a very unique and sleek look. At first I didn't like this kind of schnoz here, but I kind of like it the more that I see it. Also like how the landing gear is built into that. Alright, so last but not least, let's go check out this 890 jump. While we're on the way, let's talk CCUs. Today's CCU is a Warbond CCU, that means fresh money, to the Origin 600i Exploration variant. And you can get a Prowler to 600i Exploration CCU for $5 US. And the value difference will be a value difference of $35 gained. So if you're looking to buy a 600i and you've taken advantage of the two CCUs from yesterday and today, you'd actually save $85 as of today on getting a 600i Exploration. Now, if you play the CCU game, and by the game I mean collect the CCUs that are worth money by or worth more money than what you spend by spending fresh money throughout this week, then you could probably get a 600i for much cheaper than that, or even a ship above a 600i, or anything in between. You can save a lot of money as long as you are mindful of what you pick up. Now, the crew elevator is here, so maybe we can go on this elevator and not die. Cross your fingers, folks. So far, so good. We'll take a quick run through of this. I don't know if we're going to hit every single room just because it's huge. But this is where your passengers will enter your ship. All right, and then to the left and the right will be docking collars. Large docking collars is where you would enter. All right, and then you can just see just how grandiose this is. So this is kind of like the main room. This is kind of make you have that awe moment, right? So if we look to the left, you're going to have a a quarters for your VIP. There are 4 of these here, so we're going to look at one and I'll just point out the others. So you got a nice relaxation area. You can put some fish in there. You got a very uncomfortable looking bed. And it was stated that these walls will be TV screens. So maybe like a view to the outside, or maybe you could put like something else that looks more pleasant back there. Who knows? So you got another one across the way here. We'll stay on this level first. You've kind of got like a little foyer area. I wish the lights were on. We would have to go all the way up and power it up. Don't know if it'll let us power it up. Tell you what, we're going to skip up to the bridge and try to turn the power on just to see if we can get the lights on in this thing. So the bridge is here. We'll go ahead and check that out while we're here. You've got, I believe, computer racks are going to go there. I love how you step up to it. You've got a nav globe here. 3-person bridge. If we take a seat here, I love how it gives you like a little ride so you can get up high. Ah, this looks cool. All right, so let's see if we can. It says power off, so the power is on. So the lights aren't. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hop down. I do love that view. You can see that hangar bay and the nose of your ship. All right, so let's go back down. Actually, since we're up here, we'll just start up here, right? So we got 2 little like meeting areas here, just kind of to chill out and look at these nice views. This is the atrium, I believe it's called, and that's a fitting name. Now, if you go to the back here, this is actually the captain's quarters up top here. Open up. So are all the lights just turned off? I don't get the lighting state here. Anyway, you get a view out of the back of the ship here. And then you can go left or right here. Open. Still with great views. This is my problem with a lot of the ships in Star Citizen. Is we don't have a lot of windows like this. Game is chugging a bit. I apologize for that. So you got like a meeting room here. If we go around to the back, this is the bedroom. And as you can see, we can look through here. But if we come back around, come on. It's one way, which I think is pretty cool. We need to see a lot more one-way glass in Star Citizen. I 100% believe that. So we can hang up our shirts here. We've got our bed, big screen for a TV, another little one-way window, some artwork. If we head to this side, we get kind of like a captain's mess area. So we've got a bar, some foodstuffs, an eating table, and of course it wouldn't be an Origin ship without putting aquariums everywhere. So that's captain's quarters. Let's go ahead and work our way down. The mezzanine slash atrium area. Oh, look at that view. Very few ships in Star Citizen have a view like this. Which I guess is what you're paying for this luxury, right? So if we go down here, this is the next level down. All right, we can see we kind of got some like the foyer, bar, and lounge and dining is here. Below us is spa and pool, and below that is the hangar. All right, so left and right, once again, there's 2 more staterooms. You can see them. They're the same as the first room that we went in. This is the kind of guest elevator. And then there's a servant elevator, which we'll see in a little bit. We have some restrooms here, 4 of them to be exact. And then we get to the bar area, which is really cool. Look at the view that you have here. Awesome, right? And then we have boardroom right up here in the front. And look at this view that you get in this boardroom. All right, I could just imagine role-playing and setting up like some high-stakes meetings here and trying to like show off and intimidate your crew. I mean, not your crew, but the people that you're having the meeting with, by setting at the head of the table up there. Pretty cool, right? Then we've got like a private eat area here, our restaurant. So there is a room over here. We're going to take a look at it. We're not going to go down the elevator though. So this is kind of where the crew can actually get orders, right? Maybe this is the point of sale here or something that they can type in the orders from. And they'll get it from this elevator here. Now, this is a crew elevator. You can see where it goes. Spa pool, crew kitchen. We'll go there a different route, and I'll show you where that pops up at. But for now, we're going to backtrack. And rather than take this elevator, we're just going to go back down the stairway here next to this art piece. Where we were originally going to go, but I was going to try to turn on the lights. So here to the left and right, these are lifeboats, right? See right here, escape raft, lifeboats. There's an elevator here. And then there is a stairwell here to engineering. I'll point out where that goes, and another elevator and another lifeboat. These are the large life rafts, kind of like you would have on some of the other capital ships. So here is the hot tub grotto, complete with changing area back here. All right, and then when we go across the way, we have saunas. Can we turn on these lights? I don't know why all the lights are off everywhere. Another sauna over here, and a couple of showers for the sauna, and a locker room slash changing room. Now, if we go forward of this, we pass a couple of elevators, one on each side. One is crew, and one is for guests. We have a couple of changing rooms here, a couple of changing rooms here. Some weird lighting effects going on. And then here's the pool. Now, I personally don't think this is the best place for a pool. I think the pool would have done a little better up top, where you could have kind of an opening and see out to space, or at least some type of window for space. But that's just me. Other people may like this. Even so, I think this should all be like a screen and show like an outdoor vista or something, like a sunset or something. That would be cool. But maybe they'll implement that. So there's two more elevators. We got the one that you would use as the guests, which will take you down to the hangar, and then the crew kitchen down there. But now we're not going to take this. We're actually going to go back. Oh, not that far. We're going to go over here. We're going to take the one down to engineering. Engineering. There's one on either side. I'll point out where the other one pops out at. All right, so that is some type of engine for the main thrusters. There's one on the other side, just through that. Remember, there was an elevator also over there, so it's kind of mirrored here. This is where we died down there, trying to come up here. This is the cargo hold. You can kind of see through it. Cargo bay, our ramp is actually down there, our elevator rather. And then this is main engineering. You've got life support. You've got your shield generator. Can we open it? You could before. Doesn't appear you can now. Get your gravity generator, another shield generator. All of your engineering assets are down here. Now, if we head up a level, this is the other elevator exit you could have come out on. Remember, we skipped the door when we went all the way down. Same for this side, and there's that ladder. All right, so now if we head forward on this side, this is your battle bridge. All right, this is supposed to be kind of like an AR cockpit type thing, where you and your first and second mate here can actually do battle bridge activities without being in immediate danger. I think that's really cool that they featured this on this ship. Coming over here are your escape pods. You can see them here. This is for the crew. All right, here's that crew kitchen. Remember, we saw that elevator that went all the way up so you could deliver stuff? Comes through here. We have cold storage here. Let's turn on our lights. So this is the freezer. This is the kitchen itself. What do we got here? Some fruit. A lot of stainless steel. Let's turn off our lights, give it a glare. If we leave the crew kitchen, we come into a secondary kitchen. Now this one is specifically to feed the crew. This one is for the cooking staff to cook for the guests and then send the food up the elevator. But this one here is to feed the crew itself. All right, and then the crew has a lounge area here. Very bright lights underneath that TV. And then they each have their own private quarters, which I think is a nice touch for the crew. All right, you can see, so all the way up to 7. Is it 7 quarters? I thought it was 8, but it looks like there's 7 of them down here. And then we've got some bathrooms. All right, we are still invisible in the mirror. You got a shower, toilet, sink, and there are 3 of these. Pretty nice, right, for the crew. And then they've got little changing areas here. If we continue on. All right, now we have EVA. These are not escape. This is EVA suit storage for the crew. And then they've got a little rec room here with a pool table. And a very cool retro like video game console and a weirdly uncomfortable looking couch. So that's kind of like the crew's chill area. So if we go over here, open. All right, now we're going into an airlock. The reason for that is this is the hangar. All right, crew can come here and play basketball. Let's go ahead and open the hangar doors. Open the hangar doors, Hal. So this is an elevator here, and you see there's pad 1 and then there's pad 2 over there. We're just going to open it up just so you can get a feel for how large this is. If we head to the fore of the ship here, we're almost in the very front of the ship. This elevator will take you to the front turret. We're not going to go do that, but just know that's how you would access the front turret. And then, once again, you can lift this elevator up with your ships on it. Let's see if it works. I clicked it. Doesn't appear to be moving, but that's fine. Just know that this whole section here will raise up even with these doors so that you can easily land and take off. So that was the crew side. Now we're going to go to the civilian or passenger side. So they have a waiting area here so they can kind of wait for their flight. There you see the hangar doors, or lift is going up now. You can wait for their flight here. And then there is a med bay over here. Open up. Once again, very dark in here. You can see in there is a med bed. You can actually heal yourself, refill your hunger and thirst meter there. So we're wrapping up the tour of this ship. I don't think I missed anything huge. We're going to come back this way. This is the other elevator we looked at, the one for the passengers. And then we've got armory. I kind of wish this wasn't just in the hallway. They should have put a door here, right? So that you could lock the guests from being able to access your armory and then just run through the ship and kill everybody. They also don't need direct access to the cargo hold like this either. But yeah, so that is the 890 jump. Tell me what you think about this ship. Tell me what you think about all the Origin ships in general. Which ships do you want? Which ships do you think are worthwhile? Personally, out of all these ships, I think the 600i is the most interesting out of all of them. And I'll give a nod to the 315p. The 890 jump, which we're on now, is very cool, but I don't think it is worth the actual cash value that you would have to pay in order to get one without lifetime insurance. This is more of a goal for me to earn in-game, but to each their own. But that's going to do it for today's IAE. Once again, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you like my content, please consider a like, a comment, or even a subscribe. It vastly helps me grow this channel. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where I believe it's Aegis for day 3 of 2952's IAE. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.